you okay?
Okay, Miss Pengrino, now that that's out of the way,
Yeah.
what are we doing?
We're reviewing a game.
Well, I know that.
What
are we
game?
reviewing on this show? That is played out. Welcome, of course. Yes, where in the world is Carmen Sandiego? I had to figure out who that was for a minute. I don't remember.
Because where in the world is Carmen Sandiego?
All right, you just embarrassed yourself.
An unmitigated disaster.
Anyway, so this was a board game version of the beloved. It's been every kind of game. It's been a computer game. I think it's been a video game.
It's been all the games.
It's been a board game. It was a game show. That's what we grew up with, was the game show.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, we played this on the Smokin' Hot Toddcast live. You may have even been there for the fun or the lack thereof. I don't want to give too much away on my review of this game, but, you know, it wasn't my fave, but let's get into it. We don't need to spoil too much here. We just need to get into it and talk about it. Now, Ms. Pengrino, of course, we played this alleged game.
We did.
And so, tell us a little bit about where in the world is Carmen Sandiego?
So it's similar to...
What are you doing?
The microphone got stuck in my toes.
Oh, don't
Thought
like
it was
that.
a bug.
Okay.
Okay.
Wait. All right, now start again talking about it. Wait. Tell some more, Ms. Pengrino.
Okay. So it's kind of a Clue-like game. The whole point is to figure out, you know, where Carmen is, what she took, and what location. So you have 3 different kinds of cards.
Well, before we get to that, that's why I'm holding my mic. This is the instruction book, right?
Right.
We've had this game for a long time, and what's supposed to happen is you're supposed to open this up, and it's supposed to play the theme song. Where in the world is... Is that how it goes?
Yeah.
That shit was ass.
We've not played this game before, and so the first time we open it up, this is what we heard. It's like our book is possessed. I don't know what's going on.
The power of Christ compels you!
I think it's supposed to not only like sing the song, but it's, you know, supposed to be like, hey, gumshoe, that kind of stuff. But
that didn't work out too well for us.
it did not. I will say, as for, you know, somebody who likes to read directions versus somebody who glazes over directions, there's a lot of them. Ow, you just make that hit me in the eyeball.
So how do you play, Miss Pengrino?
Well, here's the thing. We read the instructions. A little confusing. And
to say the least.
We watched a video that they suggested we watched, and...
On the tubes,
and still kind of confusing. So, we're gonna just, you know, we're gonna go for it. How we assume you play.
So wait a minute. The way we played it on the show, it was just how we decided to play it?
I mean, I feel like we nailed it as close as we were gonna get it. I just feel like there are other stipulations that we didn't really play, but that may come into play if you had more players, yada 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 kind of thing.
If it come into play, you can play it if you played more play and you had played more players.
Oh no, I've gone cross-eyed.
So we'll go with the parts first. You have these cute little top secret files where you keep all your like notes. So if you were to, like I said, it's a Clue type game. So this is where you would keep like, oh, so and so has this, so and so has this. So we each get one of those.
Here we go.
He does this every time. He says like I swallow and I take too long to talk.
And now I'm talking. You could drive a truck into those.
Whatever, I do what I want.
You each get a little dry erase marker. Cool little die, and 3 different kinds of cards. We have villain cards, we have loot cards, so what is stolen, and then we have location cards as to where they're stolen. So you shuffle each one, and yes, there's not that many of them, so yes, it's kind of hard to shuffle. Now I will tell you, Carmen is in here somewhere. You don't want Carmen till the very end.
And if you watch the Smokin' Hot Toddcast live, you know that was very difficult for us to do in that episode.
Difficult. Uh-oh.
You found her?
Son of a bitch! Depending on how many players you have playing will depend on how many cards each person gets. The main thing you do is you pick one of these, lay it face down. You the top 3 to each person, in which we lay them out as such. And then you put the rest of the stack here. That's where you'll draw from should you need to.
They can't see this. Why don't I help that? There, you can kind of see.
Okay, so I'm mixing up the other set of cards. So we laid them out as such to what you can see. And we're going to do the same thing with the loot and the location cards. Tree for you. Tree for me.
And it's good to spread them out like this so that you have like a top, middle, bottom type situation.
Right, because it does ask you, or a 1, 2, 3 type situation, because sometimes the henchman you'll wind up with 1, 2, 3, and 4. So, not that it really matters, I'll probably pull Carmen.
So that was the problem. If you watch the Toddcast, you watched that episode we did a couple weeks ago, you know that was like the main problem, is like we just kept getting Carmen over and over and over. No, you, yeah.
Me.
I technically won every game just because I didn't.
Out of default.
Simply because I didn't draw Carmen.
I kind of feel like this is a game that it's almost like a team effort in the sense that just don't pull Carmen so someone can win.
Exactly. All right, so how do we start this bad boy?
So now that we've gotten everything laid out, where's the die? We roll the die. The die has 3 sides. It's got a little fingerprint in which you would reveal a henchman. It's got a little globe in which you would reveal a location. Or it's got a little coin in which you would reveal the loot. The whole point of this is to make loot location matches to eliminate off the board till you're left with the ones that are up here, and you can kind of guess as to which ones these are by eliminating these ones.
Guesstimate.
The problem,
I hate that word.
Yeah, it's not a great word. The problem is when you land on a fingerprint, you have to reveal a henchman, okay? The henchmans can only be removed when you match a pair. If you have to go through too many henchmen, you're gonna land on Carmen. If you get Carmen, basically what it means is you didn't figure out what she stole where, and therefore...
Game over.
She gets away with it.
And very important, when you lay these cards out, they have to be face down.
They do have to be face down. You don't even get to see your own cards. You roll to get to see your cards. So... I get to look at my loot card. I'm going to look at my number 1 loot card. If I can get it off the table.
And don't look at your opponent's cards.
Okay.
It's this.
Then you take your little top secret, notebook and you write it down. You could be rolling while I have one.
We showed the camera then?
Okay. This.
Oy vey.
There we go.
I hope it was in frame. All right, so I got a globe, so I would pull the globe card.
The location card.
One of my location cards, and it is this place. And...
Write it down this thing. I'm going to roll while he writes.
Sheet right here, has it there.
I also get to look at a location.
How did we do this? It was like...
Me 1. You 2.
No, it was like top, middle, bottom, right?
Right, but I would go with 1, 2, 3. That's actually easier.
Well, that's confusing. Oh, no. Okay. Okay, so like 1, me.
Okay, so this was my location card. And the reason this is important, because to clear your board, you want to make matches. Not necessarily are the matches going to be on your board. They might be on their board. So, now... You have to continue to roll until you've looked at all of yours first before you can look at somebody else's.
So it's my turn, and I have another globe, so I will look at my second location.
Globe.
It's this place.
Oh, I get a globe too.
So now I'll say, to me.
Me too, to me.
Anyway, so that's where we are now.
Your turn.
My turn again, so here we go. We're just going right through this. Oh, the globe! So it's this place.
Oh, I guess I didn't show you guys my secondary one. That was my secondary one.
It's fine. Don't look at my card.
I'm not looking at your card.
Don't look at my card!
Uh-oh. I have to flip a henchman.
A henchman. And
okay.
Who's it gonna be, Miss Pengrino?
Robin Banks.
Get it?
Because he's robbing banks.
Robin, but you get it. All
You
right. Shut up. And now it's my turn to roll again, and this just keeps going. Uh-oh. Villain card. Where in the world is Carmen Sandiego? I got her, so I lose, and the game's over. Just like that. The game ends. Just like that. Now, if you watched this on the Toddcast Live, you know that we really got nowhere with this game.
Nowhere.
We got nowhere
there
with
was
it.
At one point, one game where he got through his cards and he got to look at mine.
And that was it.
And that was it. So, my question to this game is if maybe the directions are not explanatory enough, if the video wasn't in depth enough, maybe we're not playing correctly.
Yeah.
Shout out if you've ever played this game and maybe you can explain something to us.
Shed some light in the comments.
Yeah, maybe we're missing something. I don't know. I don't really have the time or patience right now to sit here and read through these directions a little bit more clearly.
But I mean, we looked through them pretty well when we did the show.
We did.
A couple weeks ago on the Toddcast. So it's irritating.
It's a little confusing of a game. The way it's set up.
You said it's like Clue, but it's like the most generic form of Clue.
It's like Match Clue.
And it's like Match Clue, and it doesn't work the same way, and it just becomes super confusing that way.
It doesn't, and I do feel like we're missing something because like see, as you see here, there's like location, henchman, loot up here at the top. I don't know if that's where you like write your guess before you guess.
Right.
There's this little notes box up here. I don't know if there's something for that.
There's this one big and you can't learn anything because there's this one massive roadblock that we all keep running into,
Carmen.
and it's Carmen frickin' Sandiego. And you'd think, okay, well that's the whole point of this game is to find her. Not this early.
Not this early.
Not supposed to.
And you would think, oh well, maybe she's just supposed to go here. But it doesn't say that in the rules. It doesn't say you're supposed to drag her out and put her here. And then again, somewhere in the rules it had like you were switching these out, but it never explained how you switch these out. So I guess we're jumping really right into the recommendations because Carmen ended our game so soon.
Yeah, it was one of the quickest episodes of the Toddcast Live game edition that we'd ever done.
It's going to be one of the quickest episodes of Played Out.
It's about the truth. Now, so that leads to recommendation. Miss Pengrino, is this a game on or a game off?
Sadly for me, probably a game off.
Yeah.
Maybe if I look into it more, see another video of someone playing, sit here and read the directions a little more, maybe I will see something that I missed and then I can explain to people better how to play. Maybe we can turn it around. I do like still having the game because I like how like the cards are done in like the bit graphics. I think that's kind of cool. It's very nostalgia purposes for me, which I will never get rid of this game because of that.
Yeah.
At this moment...
Don't go any further, because we'll get a copyright strike.
God, you can't do that to my ADD brain, because it has to finish it.
Okay.
So at this moment, for me, this is a game off. Maybe a comeback review. But a game off as of right now.
And I couldn't agree more. This is a game off for me. We may play this in the future, and I may eat my words. And then maybe this review, I'll go back and watch this review and say, God, what damn fools we were. How could we? How could we do something so stupid? So, yeah. Laundry's done. Classic.
Ow, he said it!
But no, let me finish, because
Yes.
we may come back to this at a later date and say it was great. But no, for the time being, yeah, it's game off because it's just, it's too simplistic, but at the same time, it's too complicated.
I feel like it's sort of the one problem with nostalgia games, because we have played a couple of them on this show, and they have not fared well for reviews.
Right.
Like the Back to the Future one did not fare well.
Well, you say this show, but it was the Smokin' Hot Toddcast Game Edition live.
But we eventually reviewed it, did we not? Maybe we didn't.
No, we didn't. And also on the Smokin' Hot Toddcast Live Game Edition, we played the Bob Ross.
That's what I was literally about to say. The Bob Ross, at least one of them. I do have two. We'll still have to check out the other one. But one of them didn't go.
Back to the Future was before Played Out exists, but we did Art of Chill last year, but we just we can't.
Yeah.
We said we couldn't review it because we didn't feel like we got a good enough grasp on it.
Right.
This, I feel like we have a good enough grasp for
Decent
now
grasp, yeah.
to review it. And that's what we thought about.
We also, at one point, played a Home Alone one that was...
and that we did that on a Christmas episode.
It was mildly okay.
But it was difficult.
It was still very difficult.
And I think I've talked about this before in past episodes, where games that are based on movies and TV shows tend to be extremely difficult.
Yeah. It's almost like they're trying to put too much of it...
too much of the
show or the movie or the whatever
the thing, right.
into the game. And you have to realize it is a game.
Mm-hmm. You can't overkill.
It's a short period of time of attention span
right.
of which you have people to get it. So that's why I feel like a lot of those Cards Against Humanity, What Do You Meme kind of games do a lot better, work a lot better, because it's very basic. You know,
in and out.
Put this to this, done. Make somebody laugh.
Exactly.
It's very, very easy. And not saying we don't like challenging games. The Willy Wonka one was a challenging game.
Mm-hmm.
That one worked. It was well because they made it more of a game and about the game than they did the movie. The other ones we have played have not fared well.
They have not.
Which makes me really sad. Because, we always hope that they will.
That's true, but...
We still have one more to review.
That's true, but I think, if you're going to make a game on a TV show or a movie, you got to...
Less is more.
Less is more, dumb it down a little bit more so that it's more fun for the audience.
One other comment for me, too, if you are going to have a video tutorial on how to play said game, video tutorial, the whole thing. The instructions, like as I showed you, I won't open the one side that it plays music, but look how much, okay? Mm-hmm. All the things in the world. The video tutorial basically only showed this basic first setup and rolling the die to look at these cards. It was a 6-minute video in which...
It told you nothing.
And it told you really nothing. It didn't tell you any of this. It didn't tell you how to catch Carmen. It didn't tell you what if you do pull her. None of those things. So I feel like we were gypped kind of on all ends as to explanations of this game.
So for the time being, it's game off. If you've had a better experience playing this game, let us know in the comments.
Yeah.
Maybe we missed something.
Explain it to us.
Explain it to us, yeah. But for the time being, where in the world is Carmen Sandiego?
Yeah?
I don't give a
Okay.
What's your profanity?
I figured it out.
Oh, what is it? Oh, you're a poop.
Ow!
Hey, that's going to do it for this edition of Stump Hot Toddy.
No.
Played out!
There we
Make
go.
sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Clicking the bell so you get all the notifications whenever a new episode of any of those shows, like Stump Hot Toddy, drops. Clearly, I have a favorite, as you can see. Also, you can go to that About section and check out the merch shop. I'm wearing some of the merch. Our Super Fuzz shirt. I need a new one. It's falling apart. But you can get yours at the Super Fuzz merch shop and the Smoking Hot Toddcast. It's on summer break right now. It'll be back on August 29th with Season 11.
Right before my birthday.
Hey-o! And, of course, we'll have some special live episodes here on the Super Fuzz channel before then, so keep a lookout for those. Oh, I found her.